Hello, Divine Masculine. How are you doing? Welcome to this week's reading. Well, there's a lot going on at the moment, and we have a lot of energies, a lot of portals, a lot of retrogrades, and all influencing this amazing, exciting time. Nothing will stay the same. There's another cycle closing off, cycle of old paradigms, and we're starting in a new one. And how are we going to deal with that energy? Because the pressure will be bigger and bigger and bigger. And even if it's in this energy of totally closure down and totally change, it is very important for us to stay positive and stay in the heart space, and being in that energy of unconditional love, but also self-care during this time. Stay away from all the things, stay away from the fighting, stay away from the disruption, the harmony, disharmony, and let's do it all from the heart space, because when we are in that heart space, we are definitely moving on to a higher dimensional energy, and everything will shift for you for the better. Okay, so what's in the Divine Masculine's mind space? It's coming together from the heart space, and that's in his mind. He is thinking, okay, I want to be in union, but or coming together with my partner, or my twin flame, or my soulmate, or my future partner, but I know it needs to come from the heart space. So and my soul needs to be connected with that person. So he's thinking about that. He's thinking about, how do I go and coming together? How must I come together? And he is maybe too much in his mind space to strategize to see if it's how it's possible to get into that union. And because it could be that there were some disruptions or something else, but the mind is always making excuses. The mind is always trying to interfere and disrupt, and then you're going in that loop, and you're thinking how to do it. Well, it's not a matter of how, it's a matter of when. And I hear within a week, he will connect with his divine feminine to contact her and to see how everything is flowing between them. Okay, so he is. It's the card of union. It's the card of balance, and everything needs to balance out. And I have that's my intuition. It's a strong feeling. He is contact her within a week. He's contact the divine feminine within a week, because he really likes the contact with her. Okay, so what is he feeling in his heart space, and how does he feels about the divine feminine? That one want to flip out. He's seeking within. He's taking rest and seeking and meditating and going within his heart space, and meditate on everything what he is what he is wanting to accomplish. So he sees that she is meditating, so he is like, okay, we can connect with each other in that higher realm, you know, and when we are in that higher realm, we already connected here, because, you know, the heart space, we are connected through the heart space. So he's going into his heart space. Maybe he's going into nature, you know. He sees that his divine feminine is in nature. So he is seeking that peace of mind, rest in his system, and he's doing this by meditation, you know. Or it could also be, that's another one, that he is shape-shifting in meditation to see what his divine feminine is doing. So he is taking the energy of the birds, the energy of the eagle, of the raven, or the dove, or whatever kind of bird, you know, to see what his divine feminine is doing, you know. That's also possible. So we have a lot of masculines that are connecting with their heart space to see and to seek for counsel what is the right path to connect with his divine feminine. How does he feel in the heart space? How does his higher self says to him what to do in his heart space? What is his higher self saying in the heart space? Oh my God. You need to listen to your heart. Oh my God. I think this is the 3rd week I got the card of listening for the divine masculine. That's no coincidence, right? He needs to listen to that heart space, you know, and when he listens, everything is clear. Everything is clear for him. So it could be that he is, you know, listening to spirit, listening to maybe to his divine feminine that is connecting with him in the realm, you know, if she allows him to, you know, because there's always a free will if you want to connect with someone in the 5th dimensional realm. So you need to listen to your heart, and know that the answers that you seek are there, and you need to listen to spirit. Okay, that's what his higher self say. Listen to your spirit guides. Listen. And okay, that's an interesting one, because I have 2 twos already now. Okay. Okay, what is his higher self telling him about the divine feminine? What is his higher self saying about the divine feminine? What is his higher self saying about the divine feminine? Ooh, confront. It could be that his higher self says, you know, it could be that you are confronting yourself, or that she's confronting herself with the shadows, and that you're waiting for confrontation, or that you're expecting a confrontation, or that she is doing the work, and she is doing the work, you know, she's addressing her shadow. She's going to that place. And because there's no one to blame. There's no one to blame. You know, we all make decisions in a spurt of a moment. We never know what is coming up afterwards. And that's we let ourselves be guided, you know, by spirit, and going through those portals, you know, going to that, you know, you need to go to that darkness and through that portal, to stand in your light, you know, to shine your light. You have to go through there, because otherwise it's not the real thing that is, you know. It could also be that this connection is based on old trauma wounds, so that you're connecting with someone who has trauma wounds. So this the connection and the relationship is attracting each other because of the old trauma wounds of both of them. So they need to resolve those trauma wounds within them, because that's a karmic connection. And when there are no trauma wounds or no triggers for the divine masculine and divine feminine, then you're going into that higher vibration. It could be that they had similar backgrounds, and that because of those similar backgrounds, these old trauma wounds are coming up to address. And when those traumas are similar, you know, with your mind and with your heart space, that those wounds will be opened, that will be a trigger for the relationship, and that the relationship wouldn't work because of those traumas. So so if they have the same trauma background, you know, then that relationship will end up in total trigger each other, you know. Depends on how you grow and how you went through all of this. But most of the time, when it's a karmic relationship, those energies are the same, you know. So and they ripping open old wounds with each other. So it could be that one has a fear of rejection, you know. The masculine has a fear of rejection, and the feminine went through it and is healed, or the masculine is healed. But when there is this energy of separation, then a lot of triggers would come up, and you know, the masculine feels rejected by the feminine, and that could be vice versa, you know. We both have that within us. So yeah, and that rejection weighs very heavily on him, and that needs to be resolved before, you know. It could be that the divine feminine is doing her own thing and going her own way, and that triggers that abandonment or rejection energy of the divine masculine. So there needs to be that needs to be addressed. And it's the same with the abandonment for the divine feminine. Maybe the feminine feels abandoned by the divine masculine, and that needs to be healed. And every time when those triggers are there, you know, then this relationship, you know, is just one of triggers. And it could be that one of both will say, okay, you know, I leave this relationship because there is too much going on. There's too much old stuff that needs to be dealt with. And it could be when there is another partner in your life that those triggers are gone, you know, because both of those people worked on it. Okay, so wow, confront yourself with that's what the higher self says about the divine feminine. Confront yourself with the shadow side, could be confront yourself with the shadow side of your divine masculine. You know, when you accept the shadow side of your divine masculine, then you know that you can be in a solid relationship. But it takes time to learn someone and to show them your shadow sides, because we all have those shadow sides. If we're healed those shadow sides, it won't pop up that easily as you know, as normally does. So yeah, work on your shadow side. Could be that the divine feminine needs some work on the shadow side. Yeah, going through that portal and take that leap of faith, I hear. Go to that portal, go through that portal and take that little leap of faith. It could also be that for some of you, that the divine feminine is scared to go through that portal, to take that leap of faith, you know, into a new love or into coming together. You know, that she is like, oh no, that, you know, that comes too close, I need more distance. And that her energy or the card means to her that she has to go through that portal, you know, and to confront her shadow side of fear to connect again. Yeah, so okay. Okay, how does he see the relationship with the divine feminine? How does he see the relationship with the divine feminine? Wow, yeah, well, guys, I can't, you can't make this up. Love. There is so much love that he sees in the relationship with the divine feminine. Love on all sides, harmony, connection, unconditional love, union, everything. That's how he sees the relationship with the divine feminine, that there is love, that there is possibility for growth, that there is an energy going on that says, yes, someday, you know, on divine timing, and divine timing is always now, we're coming into union. Wow. So that's what is how he sees the relationship with her, in balance, in harmony, in love, in compatibility, in you know, doing the same things, going outside in nature. Taking care of Mother Earth, being on the same vibration, feeling each other when they're together, and that everything merge. So that's really, really beautiful. So let's see, what is the uncomfortability of the divine masculine to get in union? So what is the uncomfortability of the divine masculine to come into union? Oh my gosh, control issues. Well, don't have to say, he doesn't want to see, he doesn't want to connect. He just wants that control over the relationship, or control over himself, or control over this union. And that's the uncomfortability that he has to let go of. He wants to keep the control, because it could be that without the control, a lot of insecurities will come up. And he's afraid that when the insecurities are coming up, that he will get a rejection from the divine feminine. So he is overcompensating his masculine energy. And when he's doing that, he knows that the divine feminine, and most of the divine feminine, walk away from it, because they don't want to be controlled. No, it's they want to be equal. They don't want to have someone to control them with mind games, with all the stuff that's going on in the mind. It's just more about surrender. And if the divine masculine wants to have the control where this relationship is going, you know, then he's losing the divine feminine, because there is no control. There can't be any control in a sacred union, because it's sacred. And when it's sacred, it's coming from the heart space, not coming from the mind space. So and he wants to hold that control. He's not willing to see and it's about power, I hear. If I'm in control, I'm having the control over myself. I'm having the control. I don't have to show my vulnerability, and I don't have to show my insecurity. And that's the part of it, you know. Every person, every man and women have insecurities, because if they start something new, every time when you start something new or you start a new cycle, there are always insecurities, because you don't have the certainty. And when you want to have certainty, then you're getting in a control situation. And when you let it go and you're going open in without any expectations, you don't need any control, because you surrender to the divine. You surrender to the universe to get the right partner on your path. You know, that's not in control. That is in flow, and they can surrender. So let's see what he's going to do about it. Let's get the other cards. What is he going to do about it? Passion. Passion ignites. You know, it's his passion. He's going to his heart space and inflammate, you know, inject that passion. It's the high priestess. It's the priestess that awakens him. So it could be that he says, okay, yeah, the control needs to go. I'm going to work on my heart space. I'm wanting my heart space to be more open, so I don't have to feel insecure. So I'm going in meditation. You know, I'm going to my heart space. I'm going in meditation to do this, and I'm going to listen to source. I'm going to listen to my guides. And I'm not really need anything from the outside. The only thing that I need is, you know, the passion of my inner passion, of my heart space, and then I can let go of the control. And that's what he is working on. That's what he's going to do about it. So that's really, really amazing. So what's combining them together in union? What is combining them both in union? What is combining them both in union? What is combining them both? Wow. They're both healing. They're both releasing themselves from chains, from control, from attachments, from entities, and they're healing each other. So that's And that's beautiful because they're healing in separation. You know, the wounds that are coming up and the triggers that are coming up needs healing. And the healing starts when there is more light than there is darkness. When you see more light in someone than you see darkness, then there is healing. Then is healing possible. But if you continuously, you know, trigger someone of trauma-attached wounds, then there is no healing possible. You need to heal these wounds in separation. So release yourself from those chains and get some healing. Get people around you that can give you healing. And that's what combines them both. So it could be that this relationship that is coming up is one of healing the inner child, healing the past wounds, trauma, and that's it could be that the relationship is based on that, you know. And the best part to heal your wounds and your trauma is to be in separation. Okay, well, thank you so much. This was it for this week. If you want a private reading, I'm available in February again. For me, it's relaxing time. It's time to heal my parts in these times. I always take the winter times off, even if it's the busiest time. I take the winter time off to work on myself and to do the work I need to do in nature, in myself. And I hope all the divine feminines will do this so we can create that better world for all of us, for ourselves, but also to come in union with our divine masculines. Okay? Bless you all, and see you next time. Bye-bye.